Welcome to the worst of the best podcast. You wanted the best. Well, they didn't freaking make it! So here's what you get. From Canada, Ryan and
Jason. Good day and welcome to another episode of the Worst of the Best podcast. I'm your host, Ryan, and you already hear the chaos behind my host, Jason. That's his family. He's got 300 kids at home. Jason, how you doing?
Great. That's probably not going to go away, just so you know. So just forgive me for that ahead of time, if you don't mind. So good to be here, buddy.
How dare you procreate and give children to the planet?
Yeah, well, some people would have that argument for sure.
Yeah, there is a Reddit group. I forget what they're called. There is a group of people. They're on Reddit, and their whole Reddit subreddit group is everyone stop having kids. I forget what it's called. I'm not even joking. But that's not what we're talking about today. We're talking about something much more enjoyable, I hope. But for context, I should let people know Jason is your name, but you're not my brother, Jason, correct?
No, I'm not your brother. I guess I'm kind of like the other Jason then, right?
You are the other Jason.
Friend.
You're my best friend named Jason, that's for sure.
Well, that's good. I mean, like, hey, we're like brothers, but your brother Jason, obviously, he's been doing this with you for a long time. And I'm just happy to be able to come in and do a Maiden episode with you. I think that's fantastic. So
I appreciate you coming on. Yeah, we've known each other. Well, I just did a reference for you. How long have I known you? 18 years?
20 years.
20 years?
Something like that. Pretty close to 20, yeah.
So for context, Jason and I, we met in the Navy in the Canadian Forces. Jason's since retired. I'm almost there. And Jason's living the good life, farming. And what do you got? Pigs, bears, coyotes? What do you got?
So stuff like that. We got two different types of pigs. We got Rangers, got buzzards, turkeys, chickens, both meat birds and laying hens. There's goats. There's a Highland cow the kids like to refer to as a Skyrim cow. There's also a bunch of breeding rabbits we just picked up too. So yeah, it was full on. As soon as we got out of the military, it was like, okay, she wanted to take this direction and I was happy to do it. So it's been great.
So we'll keep the chitter chatter down because nobody cares about our friendship, Jason, other than ourselves. So what we'll do is we'll dive into this album, Peace of Mind by Iron Maiden. Before we do, I know you listen to the Worst of the Best podcast. I don't know if you've heard every episode, but you've heard a lot of them. And you, of course, know that we do the music episodes. You've heard how they're done. For context, we should tell our listeners, we are not a Wikipedia, meaning I'm going to share some things that I found in my very light research, just for context, because there's people, Jason, that listen to our episodes, even if they're not fans of the band, so they just like to listen to what we have to say. So we'll be kind of speaking to those people like, hey, just so you know, Bruce Dickinson is the second singer of Iron Maiden. If we say something like that, I don't want Iron Maiden fans to be like, are you guys like, yes, we are. We're everything you think we are, but we're not teaching Iron Maiden. We're not teaching Iron Maiden fans anything they don't know. We're just allowing anyone that doesn't know anything about the band or this album. That's really what it is. But what we're doing is we're going to be talking about is the worst song. Don't leave the show, folks. We're going to be saying what we think is the worst song at the end of the episode, independent of each other, before we start playing the songs. So, Jason, you picked this album because of why? Is this their best for you? What's going on here?
So, okay, this is actually an interesting question, Ryan, because when you approached me with this, I wanted to do a live album, and you were like, no, that's cheating. We can't do that. That's fair. So you asked me to pick my favorite album, and it's hard for me to pick a favorite. This has been my favorite band, as you know, like since probably I was my kid's age, my little one's age, about 9 years old. So I've been a very big fan. I kind of wanted to choose this because this one was really the start for Bruce in the sense as the lead singer, he got introduced to the fans really during this tour, and the vocal range and all the differences between him and Paul and just the change up in the band and the chemistry itself was really evident in this one. And it is a transitional album. You can definitely tell. So that's why I wanted to choose this one.
Now, The Number of the Beast was the one before this, and that was, of course, the first one with Bruce, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, it's crazy how many albums they released in 3 years. Number of the Beast in 82, Peace of Mind in 83, Powerslave in 84. That's insane.
Yeah, it is. And you can see the progression of the music right from the beginning when Bruce was doing the vocals for Number of the Beast there, and how the producer just ran him through the mill like time and time and time again to get his voice where it needed to be for that introduction. And then just the way there's that very raw energy there. And then Peace of Mind kind of transitioned. And then Powerslave was kind of like symphonic masterpiece of metal, right? That came out and really put them over the top and influencing so many other bands out there too. So it was pretty good.
Now, I have a friend named Doug. I don't know if you've ever heard him. I've podcasted with him a few times. I think he's been on a few of these episodes. He wants to do Iron Maiden as well. So he's another guy that's like, I gotta go do Iron Maiden with you. So I asked him without telling like him what you were picking. I was just curious what he's going to pick. So his album that he wants to do is The Number of the Beast.
Right. And a fantastic album. I mean, that is the original that cemented these guys into the stratosphere. They did so much with that. And still, some of the best tracks that they ever put out were on that album too. So it was a really good choice on his part for sure.
Here's my history with Iron Maiden. They're your favorite band, you said, if not your favorite in the top 3 discussion at the very least.
Yeah, absolutely.
Iron Maiden for me, they're a band that I've been aware of course. I've been heavy metal, hard rock, whatever you want to call it, throughout my whole life. But across the pond metal bands, I don't know what it was. I don't know if I'm just like a racist against English heavy metal. I never listened to Judas Priest. I didn't listen to Iron Maiden. And I did listen to Def Leppard, mind you. But I don't know what it is. I don't know why maybe as a young person, I was turned off by the artwork. I'm not sure.
I find it interesting. And if you don't mind, if we get philosophical for a moment there, it's kind of cool. I never really thought about that before. But yeah, you've always been more the American band fan, like the Anthrax, the GNR, the Metallica, whereas I've been more like the Iron Maiden, Priest, Deep Purple, Halloween, Sabbath, all that kind of stuff too. Right?
Man of War. Where's Man of War from?
Well, Manowar's US, but they're really good too, and they're a lot of fun, right? Wasp as well. That's another one of my favorite guilty pleasure kind of bands. I love Wasp as well. But the interesting thing about heavy metal, and I think it's been kind of related through movies. In fact, if you remember the movie Trick or Treat and different things like that, is the beauty of a heavy metal band is they're very much cult following kind of bands, and I think Iron Maiden is probably the best example of that for a band that's as huge as they absolutely are, with almost no radio play worldwide throughout the entirety of their existence, and there's still over like 90 million albums sold. It's just unbelievable. And their live shows, they're phenomenal. They just put on an incredible show still to this day. It's the biggest cult following band in the history of music, really, because as much as they're very much mainstream, as in everybody knows them, everybody's seen it. The font that they use for their music is used all around the world for all sorts of things. There's still very much a cult following, and there's a very personal feeling for fans with that connection with that band. GNR, when they first came out in America, had a very similar kind of a cult following at first. Even though they became very commercially popular, there were a lot of people who really took ownership of the fandom of that band, and Iron Maiden has been that for me and a lot of other people too. That's kind of an interesting point.
I appreciate that. So for context, now as I've gotten in my later years, I have investigated Iron Maiden. In fact, the first Iron Maiden album I ever owned was Bruce Dickinson's Tattoo Millionaire solo album.
Nice.
Isn't that weird? I don't know why I bought that tape, but I listened to the crap out of that thing. I loved it because it kind of was a little bit more Americanized power.
Absolutely. Like the title track itself was 100%. The whole idea of a tattooed millionaire, him singing this song, it was almost like an ironic song in a way, because most rock musicians would be that guy. And whereas he's not tattooed, he's certainly a millionaire and he's done his own stuff. So it's its own personal reflection and difference. A lot of fun. Great tune. And a lot of fun.
So, of course, I knew Number the Beast, Run to the Hills. You'd have to literally be living under a heavy metal rock. There's no way I didn't hear those songs. But I didn't even know songs until my 30s, 40s, Jason. Like The Trooper I was late to that, and that comes on this album. So there's just songs I didn't know. But now, the last 5 years, I've gotten to know Iron Maiden a lot more. I've watched some live performances. I got their newest album that they released. So other than their newest album, there's only 4 albums that I've listened to all the way through of their discography, all the way through.
Really?
Their latest album, their first 2 albums with Paul, which I freaking love. Killers and Iron Maiden. I listened to Phantom of the Opera for the first time, like blind. I just went into it blind, never hearing this album before. And I was like, what are we doing here? And I became like this fan of Paul when he's already in a wheelchair. I didn't realize the guy was the singer. Like, I heard that Iron Maiden had a singer. I thought, oh, he's probably some washed up garbage singer. I'm like, I'm torn even after 2 albums, Jason. I'm like, I kind of wish we had an alternate universe where Paul had his act together.
So here's the crazy thing about that, right? You can hear in the early 2 albums, the first 2 albums with Paul, and hopefully one day you can break the rules and we can do the Made in Japan live album, because I think that was the best culmination for a 2-album lead singer ever.
Break the rules.
Well, your rules, not mine. But honestly, those first 2 albums, that whole anti-punk kind of a thing that Steve Harris was doing, but still expressing that raw punk energy through the vocals of Di'Anno. It was a really good match, especially for the time and what was going on in music at the time. So geopolitically too, it's kind of cool.
Yeah, so those are great albums. So the two albums I've heard all the way through is Killers, Iron Maiden, the first two, their latest album, and now, well, actually, no, five, I guess, because I've listened to Number of the Beast all the way through in preparation for that future show. So that's not very many, but it's enough to know, hey, you know what? Iron Man's a pretty good band, Jason.
Yeah, they're okay. They can still play their instruments even till today. Bruce still has quite a bit of his vocal range and everything.
He's older, but that happens. The vocalists are always the first
100%. But even 2019, we saw them in the Tacoma Dome, and they were fantastic then, just unbelievably good still. So it was fantastic.
What tour was that? I don't mean to put you on the spot. I'm just trying to...
No.
The Samurai?
No, album? It was the one before that. It was like their classic album. I brought my boys, and it was a lot of... what was the name of the tour? It was like a throwback tour, yeah, 2019.
The Legacy of the Beast World.
Yes, that's what it was. It was fantastic. So yeah, the Legacy of the Beast tour, and it was fantastic.
They had I remember you going
above the stage, and it was a fantastic show. Yeah,
where'd you see them?
Tacoma Dome in Washington. Yeah,
there you go. September 5th, 2019.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Wow, good for you. You know what my favorite Iron Maiden song is? I've been waiting so long to say this. Bear with me. See if I can do it.
Please tell me.
It's the one that starts with the slow melodic guitar riff, and then it jumps into the do. That's my favorite.
Kind of the Gallop, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be all of them, pretty much. With the exception of about 4. No need to ever listen to the other albums now, I guess.
I literally just gave you the Iron Maiden code. Now, maybe I could be wrong because I've only listened to, like I said, 4 to 5 full albums, and of course a lot of the singles from the other albums. But yeah, let's get into it. Iron Maiden's Peace of Mind. It came out in 1983, so I was 8 then. How old were you?
I was 10.
Yeah, are you 2 years older than me?
I guess so. Yeah.
It peaked at number 3 on the UK album charts, remained on the UK charts for 18 weeks, and it reached number 14 on the Billboard 200 in North America. It was the band's highest US chart position at the time. Really, it charted higher than Beast.
Yeah, because Beast was kind of when the American fans really started to get to know Iron Maiden, if you think about it, right? Before that, there's Di'Anno. There wasn't as much exposure. So Beast, that was their first US tour. And then they came in and followed up with Peace of Mind. So he'd be far more well-known at that point. Or the band would too. Yeah.
So I'm going to give you some professional reviews. Tell me if you agree or disagree with some of these.
Sure.
All Music had this to say. They rated it highly, described as essential for anyone with even the most basic interest in heavy metal. Though they noted that the second half is slightly weaker than the first of the album.
Yeah, I would say essential is definitely key. Second half being weaker than the first, it's perspective.
Sure, of course.
Sure.
Pitchfork, which is usually a garbage review site, it did give it 8.5 out of 10, indicating strong critical approval. Sputnik Music praised as easily an album that belongs in your collection, though they suggested later albums like Powerslave, Somewhere in Time, and Brave New World surpassed it. So how come you didn't pick those albums, according to Sputnik, Jay?
Well, the reason I didn't want to pick those albums is I wanted something fairly early with Bruce in it as well.
Okay, yeah.
Because I suspect if we have a good time here, there's plenty more albums. I'd love to come back and do another one of those other ones later on.
We'll just change our podcast to the Iron Maiden podcast.
I'd come back for a second one. That's, that'd be cool.
Of course. You're always welcome. Friends are
if I don't
welcome.
Train wreck it this time, so it would be good.
I train wreck every episode. Don't worry about it. Rolling Stone had a mixed review, go figure, stating Peace of Mind and Powerslave have diminished melodic interest compared to their earlier work.
I'd strongly disagree with that. And I think Rolling Stone, if you're talking about kind of junk publications, that's the big one. They got their name just by being the patsy for the machine.
No, come on. They're the most non-biased music media out there.
I'd give them equal honesty as, say, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, Got that.
Which Iron Maiden are proud members of? Oh, wait, never mind.
No.
They're not rock and roll.
Couldn't have that.
They don't have a legacy. They haven't really got anything for,
Right.
However, Kerrang! Magazine in 1983 poll rated this number 1 of the greatest metal albums, with number 2 being Number of the Beast. Kerrang! Likes Maiden, so that's good.
Kerrang! Likes Maiden.
IGN listed this 21 of 25 in 2007 of the top 25 metal albums of all time. So there you go. That's good to see that.
that's big company. There's a lot of really, really good metal albums out there.
Oh,
so
yeah.
that's pretty high praise.
So this album was their 4th album overall, and it was the first album, Jay, to feature drummer Nico McBrain, who replaced Clive Burr. Thoughts on that?
Nico, so sorry to see him leave the band now after his stroke and everything. But
What a loser.
Yeah, I know. What a bum, right?
What a quitter.
I mean, Clive did the same thing, but I mean, he's no longer with us either, right? So 2 different styles of drumming too, right? So that's another interesting thing. Well, Clive had this, I mean, you could hear him on the earlier albums. I'm trying to remember the name of the song. It's the intro where it's like, right? And it goes along like that. And then you hear Nico's like, right? He comes in, is a different kind of a beat, a different rhythm, where Clive was more of a, in his own way, maybe in a more, would you call him an instinctively good drummer? I think Nico's more of a technician who happens to have an insane personality at the same time.
Yeah.
A lot of big character dude and huge drum set, lots of cool sounds that comes out of there and fantastic. Yeah, great.
Yeah, Nico seemed to be a little bit more stable, probably solid drummer, and he's with the band from then till his retirement 2024. That is a run. 4 years.
That is a run. Yeah.
Jeez. Good for him. We wish him health and happiness. But I like that he's just like, it's been 40 odd, like drummers and vocalists, they have the hardest job to get older with. Because look, when you're older, drumming at 70 is a little bit harder than when you're 20.
Right. Yeah.
But guitarists, they can literally sit on a stool and strum. Like, you don't do a lot of movements compared to drumming. And the vocal cords of singers are always the first to go.
True, but I mean, you look at bands that do this twin or even triple guitar attack like Maiden's doing, plus Steve Harris in the crazy style of bass that he plays too. There's some carpal tunnel syndrome waiting to happen on anybody, I'm sure. But yeah. But you're right. Yeah, the physical strain is probably first. Yeah, the vocals and then your drummer.
So the band composed the songs in Jersey, then they recorded in the Bahamas. Oh, guys, the only recording studio that we could find just happened to be in the Bahamas.
Or we had such commercial success, let's have some fun and do it in the Bahamas this time, right?
Sure. And then the album, of course, was mixed in New York. You know what the original title of the album was? Food for Thought.
Yeah, I think they did better by going with Peace of Mind. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
This was the first of 4 Maiden albums not named after a song on the album. Yeah. The title was inspired by the lyric. I love it when bands do this, and it doesn't happen very often, but it happened here, where just like Maiden did here, they named the album after a lyric, not a song. And so when I heard Peace of Mind in the song Still Life, I'm like, yes, there it is. There it is. I love those little nuggets when they happen. Yeah. I
can't wait to get to that song today, too. That's going to be an interesting one, just based on the subject matter for sure.
Okay. Yeah. Stuff regarding the tour. Yeah, the tour began, Jay, in May of '83. They played 139 shows. Yeah.
It wasn't like the World Slavery Tour, which was like 190 or something stupid like that, but that's a lot of shows.
Okay. Now we're getting into it, folks. So if you're a first-time listener to our show and you haven't run away screaming at our ineptness yet and you're an Iron Maiden fan, welcome. Again, what we do is we pick what we think is the best. It's totally subjective, meaning it could be a greatest hits album, sure, but that's a bit of a cheat. What I like when we do albums or artists, I should say, is I like it when the guest, usually it's the guest that picks, I give dealer's choice to the guest. I like when they pick an album that's their favorites. That's the best. The best could just mean objectively, it could be the first album they fell in love with. There could be another album, Jade, like you're saying, that's better. It's a better composed albums, but this is an album that's special. It's close to your heart for various reasons. So it's your favorite. Yep. But I went on YouTube to look at comments on YouTube from fans on their channel, and there's a lot of fans that say this album has no misses and anything like that. But so Jason and I, we have the terrible task. This is the thought experiment. Not every song is created equal. I hate it when people who are fans of whatever artist or group, they can't be objective, meaning you can't say every song makes you feel the same. That's an impossibility. Have you ever experienced that? Like,
no.
The reason why a song can be, let's just pick an easy one, like The Trooper. The reason why The Trooper speaks to so many people in such a worldwide audience, and it's a fan favorite, it's played in many tours, is because it's probably better than another song. Because objectively, people are like, this song is just what it is. So there's a reason why songs speak to people and some don't. So what we're going to do, again, independent of each other, we have the task. It doesn't mean it's a bad song. It's just, of all the songs on this album, which one you have to take off, you can never hear again. You have to sacrifice A Maiden song from this album. In fact, it'll be erased from your memory banks. It will never exist. Which one are you willing to sacrifice? So that will be the answer at the end of the episode.
For people who listen to this podcast frequently, I can verify Ryan has been doing these kind of questions with people and things forever. Like, he loves these this or that kind of trap you sort of questions. We had an awful lot of hours in an awful lot of different places where he'd be like, okay, you have to choose one. And you come up with these like incredible premises, right? So this is actually the reason that this is my favorite podcast that you do, and it's one of my favorite podcasts overall because it reminds you of you, and we're good friends, right? So you're really good with this kind of thing. So it's gonna. I'm
just laughing because when we were doing many long hours at sea, I would come up with scenarios that I won't be able to talk about until I'm safely have my pension. I can then share the stories.
Yeah, and probably. Wait till all of our parents are dead too.
Yeah, that's true.
There's some subject matter that's pretty crazy.
The would you rather? I love doing those. And, and you're not allowed to bow out. You can't say. Sorry. Oh, some of them are just coming back. They're so funny. Okay.
All right.
Focus here, folks. Nobody cares about our friendship. But let's go.
Focus.
What I'm going to do, folks, is I usually play the first part of the song. So people who don't know the album, who listen to the show, they get a feel of what Iron Maiden sounds like, what the song sounds like. It's just to give a taste for the non-Maiden fans to know what it is we're speaking to. And again, I don't play the whole song, one for time and two for that copyright stuff. They don't like that kind of thing. Okay.
Yeah, they get all cranky about that.
You get cranky about it. Okay, so here we go. The first song, Jason, is Where Eagles Dare. It was written by Steve Harris, of course. So it was based on the 1968 war film Where Eagles Dare. Have you seen that film?
I believe I did. I had to watch it in school, I think, grade 7 or 8.
Oh, wow.
I don't remember it that well because it's old British black and white war film kind of stuff. But yeah, the whole idea of the mission was kind of cool, though. Yeah.
So the song narrates a daring World War II mission to infiltrate a Nazi fortress in the Alps, mirroring the film's plot of espionage in action. And the lyrics focus on bravery, danger, and high-stakes military operations, capturing the tension of a covert rescue mission.
All that much daring do stuff, yeah.
Yep. So poor Maiden fans, they lose a singer after 2 albums, they lose their drummer after 3. Now they've got Nico coming in. How do you think Nico sounds here for a debut? They're putting this on, they're putting on their LP record player, side 1, song 1. Nico jumps in. What's the impression you think fans had at the time?
It was kind of a shot in the arm for energy, actually. After catching Bruce going through with the tour for Beast, and then this being the first track on the album, those drums just kind of fire right in there, and it's just like, okay, we're back, we're good, everything's going to be fine. For the fans, it was probably, especially for the new fans, it was probably really reassuring. It's pretty cool first track for sure.
It's a great opening track. It was never released as official single, you know, as much as Maiden probably doesn't really care about singles per se, but every band does it. It's a fan favorite. Even I knew going to this album, I think I've seen or heard the song live. I've seen some of their live concert stuff on YouTube. Yeah, this is played at a lot of shows, I believe. Was it played at yours? Do you remember?
Where Eagles Dare? I know they did Flight of Icarus. I don't think they did Where Eagles Dare.
Oh, is the other bird song?
Yeah, the other one. The other flight song. They have a few of those, don't they?
Yeah. I've got your set list right now.
Sure.
I'm curious. They opened with Aces High.
Yeah.
Oh, they did. The second song was Where Eagles Dare.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. They did do it.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool. Look at you. They played The Trooper from this album.
Yeah.
And Peace of Mind, they said they did 4 songs.
Yes, they did.
Oh, Revelations.
Revelations, yeah, which was amazing, by the way. Yeah, Revelations was really good. The Trooper. Die With Your Boots On. Where it was there, Flight of Icarus, Revelations, and The Trooper.
Oh, Flight of Icarus, of course.
Yeah,
sorry, I got the
Icarus.
two Bird songs mixed up. I apologize.
Yes.
I conflated the two. What I love about Maiden, of course, is I love their solos, the great guitar work, the dual guitaring of each guitars, Dave Murray and Adrian Smith. Now, Who's the third dude? When did that third guy join?
So that's Yannick Jers. He came in with the group. He was with Bruce on some of his live stuff. So I'm pretty sure it's when Bruce came back.
So he came back with
that's
Bruce.
When he came back. Yeah, he came back with him, I believe. Yeah.
So he wasn't there when Bruce left? He wasn't with it, so he came back when Bruce came back?
No. When Bruce started doing his solo stuff, like he went out and did Tattooed Millionaire and other stuff he did there, which was some of that was fantastic too, different for him. But that's where Yannick came in, and I'm pretty sure that's how he came into the band, as he came back, and it's actually given a lot of longevity to both Dave and Adrian as well, having that third younger guy in there who can still rip too.
Okay.
So they're phenomenal.
Yeah, I was going to say, because I wonder if that was part of the deal. Like, if you want me back, my dog's coming with me.
But it's been a great fit.
Okay. That's good. I could have Googled that, of course, but I like hearing it from humans when I can.
And the cool thing is when I make mistakes, and people call us out on this, I don't have to deal with it. Like, you can do
it'll just be me.
Like, whatever. I'm just your dorky friend who came on. So it's
yeah. Again, we are not a Wikipedia podcast. I just like that the militaristic type sound. It's the very war-like sound. Yeah, like the classic. And
that's something they're really, really good at too. And you hear that in other songs that they do, including like when they do The Trooper, like that galloping kind of a sound that they do with that. It's a very common theme in their music.
I told you my favorite Maiden song is one that starts slow and does the galloping outro.
Yeah, strange.
Now, speaking of a song I've never heard before, or heard of before until I heard this album. Now Revelations comes on, Jay, and I'm good. As I often sometimes do, I'll state which will be a song that I would never consider to be my least favorite is Revelations. This song is my favorite song on the album, hands down.
I agree with you. It's out of the running for me, and that's the only spoiler we're gonna have.
That just proves if I have a favorite, that means something is not as much as a favorite as my favorite. This song is incredible. It's amazing. Yeah. It's got everything in it. I have like 4 different timestamps because the song has like 5 different changes all over the place. Iron Maiden breaks their own rules here. I don't know what's going on. So we're actually going to start it at the 50-second mark because the beginning is a classic rock and roll beginning, and then it just changes right at the we're almost a minute to the song, and the song decides to be something else altogether. Metallica, as you know, I'm a huge Metallica fan, and I know Metallica, to their credit, they're huge Iron Maiden fans. And when I was listening to this song, I was like, oh, I hear a lot of early Metallica here. Not so much with their later stuff, but as an early band, they borrowed or were influenced heavily by the sound of Iron Maiden for sure.
Absolutely. Okay. And so many bands were. When I tell people that I think really good heavy metal borrows from blues and classical music and poetry, this is what I'm talking about, this song.
And so we have that melodic do. It's like, okay. And then we're like, what are you doing, mate? What are you doing with the song? This is your second song on the album. You got to give me something. You can't be too melodic. You're too early for melodic. And then Bruce and Steve are like, okay, here you go.
Right.
They're like, haha, just kidding.
Teaser.
So they slow it down again. They're like, we're just teasing. We might go back to that again. We'll see how the song goes. But I love Bruce's clear vocal work here.
I'm a lyrics guy, and this to me is kind of pinnacle work. This is so good. Everything that comes next is fantastic.
Okay. I love that clear guitar sound though.
Just a babe in a black abyss, no reason for a place like this. The walls are cold and souls cry out in pain. An easy way for the blind to go, a clever path for the fools who know the secret of the hangman, the smile on his lips, the lights of the blind. You'll see the venom tears my spade. The eyes of the Nile are opening. You'll see.
That vocal work, again, I'm a very much a newbie still when it comes to Maiden. I know his soul stuff more as a teenager than I did any Maiden song. This part here, this is Bruce kind of hinting at what he honestly wanted to do. I know it's a different soundscape with Maiden, but when he went solo, this is what he sounded like when he went solo. It was that type of vocal work, a lot more clearer harmonization type vocal work, because he does a different like operatic type low vocal registry when he's with Maiden. He doesn't do that range very often with Maiden, so far what I've heard.
So Bruce was really, really heavily influenced, I think, by Ian Gillan from Deep Purple as well.
Okay.
And as well as another fellow, I forget his name, escapes me at the time. But yeah, the clarity and it's almost like an earlier prog rock kind of a lead vocal before the whole wall of sound thing a little bit. That little bit was like that.
Now we have the guitar solo coming up right here.
Are you taking out the best lyrics in the whole song? The lyrics following exactly what we had here. That's probably everybody's favorite part of that song.
Oh, I see. Okay, let me go back for you, my friend.
Opening, you'll see. She came to me with a serpent's kiss as the eye of the sun rose on her lips. Moonlight catches silver tears, I cry. So we lay in a black embrace. I'm a sainted stone in a holy place, and I watched and I waited for the dawn. The light of the blind, you'll see.
I know it's hard to stop. You're just having like a listening party. We'll just play the whole album all the way through.
Right.
This is a good song. This is just a good song.
So those lyrics in particular there, like that last little bit of lyrics we just listened to there, that's a heavy metal song, but man, that's unbelievable. She came to me with a serpent's kiss as the eye of the sun rose on her lips. Like, what are we doing here, guys? This is incredible. That whole operatic kind of a feel that you get with Bruce's singing, this song perfectly molds into that. It's really well done.
So Bruce, he blended spiritual and philosophical themes in this song. He incorporated lines from the GK Chesterton hymn, "O God of Earth and Altar." Have you heard of that?
Yes.
What is that?
Because right in the beginning of the song, that's what they open with.
Oh.
It's just old kind of hymnal stuff that got translated into the song. So it was kind of cool.
Our favorite metal character, Aleister Crowley, Bruce was influenced by some of his writings, particularly his ideas about mysticism and self-discovery.
Bruce actually played him in a movie too.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Or he was in a movie about Aleister Crowley.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Oh, man.
Interesting, but I'm not at all surprised either, really.
You're right. So the lyrics explore themes of spirituality, existential questioning, and the search for enlightenment with imagery of sacrifice and cosmic balance. One of the few Peace of Mind tracks written solely by Dickinson, showcasing his own growing songwriting influence. And it's funny that I caught the way he was singing it. So it just dawned on me that if this is one of the songs that he wrote on his own solely, it's interesting that he's singing like he did when he was a solo artist later.
Yeah, kind of interesting when he has his own input more directly. Yeah, very neat. Very good.
The song's lyrical complexity sparked debate among fans about its spiritual and occult references, especially in light of the band's, quote, satanic accusations of the time. That's a little bit silly. There's nothing satanic about the song.
No, not even a little bit.
One thing I liked about my iTunes Apple Player or whatever, not on every song, but sometimes it would show you which of the two are doing the solos. It actually would say so and so is doing the solo. They actually broke it down like that with the live lyric. I don't know them enough to know, but I know there's obviously long-time Maiden fans can tell you who's doing which solo because I think they share solo duties, right?
So Adrian does more of the rhythm and Dave does more of the solo stuff, right? Now, obviously with 3, it's different today, but back here in this time, Dave is definitely your solo guy, and that's he kind of looks like a dude we used to work with a little bit too. So he's always got that smile on his face.
All right, the next song, the other bird song, we have "Flight of Icarus." Is this the guy that flew too close to the sun? Isn't that this?
Yeah, the Greek one. Yep.
He had wax wings, which I never understood the idea of wax wings, how that even worked in flight. But what do I know about Greek mythology? The lyrics adapt the myth as a metaphor for youthful ambition, rebellion, and the consequences of defying limits.
As the sun breaks above the ground, an old man stands on the hill. As the ground warms to the first rays of light, a bird's song shatters the steel. His eyes are ablaze. See the madman in his gaze. Fly on your way like an eagle. Fly as high as the sun. On your way like an eagle. Fly, touch the sun.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool that the second line in this song is where the meme of the old man standing yelling at the clouds comes from, right? That's the origin story, just in case
really?
anybody didn't know that. Yeah, 100%.
Oh,
It's got to be accurate.
now this
The old
was
man stands on the hill yelling at the clouds. I'm
The
pretty
old
sure
man
that's
yells
what
at cloud.
Bruce. Yeah, that's what he screams in concert. I'm pretty sure. Yelling at
Oh, that's
clouds.
hilarious. This song was a breakthrough. I always thought it was Beast. I don't know why I thought this song was their breakthrough song for the US.
Interesting.
Yeah. According to my research, again, Iron Maiden fanatics might tell me different. So this song is very catchy. You can see why. It's not too long either. It's only 3 minutes 50 seconds long. It's short. There's a few short songs in this album, comparatively speaking, to some of their other songs, and maybe that's partly why bands, but Iron Maiden and other bands at the time, they were releasing albums yearly because they would only put 8-9 songs. They made sure there was no fillers per se. So it was like, hey, 8 songs. A year later, we'll do the other 8 songs. They kind of just, instead of doing a 15-song album, they did a 9-song album, and they worked on a few more songs to make the other one 9 songs, which is not a bad way to go. You can pump out a lot of great albums when you do it that way.
And the other thing too is you can supplement that when you're really good live, like these guys are.
Yeah.
Is you can supplement between those when you need a break with a nice double live album, which they've done several times, right? So
this song definitely has melodic hooks. It's got the galloping heavy metal energy, which kids back in the day would have loved. And I believe this is the solo where we mentioned Steve Harris. Of course, Steve Harris is the leader of the band. He writes the majority of the compositions, the lyrics. He is the ringleader. He is the founding member. If I'm
the creator, he's the creator of it, the whole bit. Like it's his baby.
You know what I love about Steve, and he has every right to do this, but boy, when he goes to mix the album, he's like, remember, I'm the leader. My bass shall be prominent.
Well, they record mostly at his studio now, right? So I mean, it's the way it is. But
I just love, like, you'll see it. I think it's this song. I didn't make the note, but I made the mental note. But it happened a lot of the guitar solo. I love it. It just makes me laugh. It's like, hey, look, I'm doing the guitar solo, says the guitar player. And Steve Harris is like, yeah, but I'm the leader of the band. So you hear the guitar solo, but you hear Steve.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, and this is it. Yeah, it's this song for sure.
I think it's this song.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, yeah, what guitar solo? What guitar solo? Listen to the bass, damn it.
Exactly.
Jason Newsted should have asked Steve Harris how he could have made his bass heard on Justice for All. That might have been.
Yeah, Steve Harris, I think, honestly, is for the style of bass he plays, is the best in the world. I don't think anybody can touch him.
I think he's. I read somewhere he's a pretty good bass player. I read that somewhere.
Yeah, there are one or two fans out there who would agree, I'm sure. So
now, Jason, do you think you're gonna die with your boots on?
If I do, I hope all my friends who sing in the background sound just as cool as they do in the studio take for this one. You remember the movie Revenge of the Nerds, like with the pocket protectors and the tape glasses? I imagine the rest of the band late, and they all show up and stuff like that, and they're kind of leaning to the side as they're singing it awkwardly for that backup. If you're gonna die, it sounds way better live than it does on the album. But yeah, that's my take.
So the lyrics, Jason, here explore themes of fate, resilience, and facing death bravely, with a nod to a live fast, die young mentality. It was inspired by a mix of historical and cinematic imagery, possibly referencing soldiers or outlaws who face their end with defiance. And lastly, the title is a colloquial phrase meaning to die while actively engaged in one's duties or passions. One of my favorite movies of all time, if not my favorite Western of all time, was Tombstone, starring Kurt Russell and Val Kilmer. The classic, of course, at the end was, you see, spoiler alert for anyone who hasn't seen the film, and you're an idiot. I know it's not true. You're not an idiot if you haven't seen it. You just haven't yet the opportunity to see one of the greatest films ever made. The end sequence shows Val Kilmer's character, Doc Holliday, lying on his deathbed. Remember when they showed his feet and he was wearing bare feet?
Yes.
You know why? That was, he goes, well, I'll be damned. That's why he says that. You know why? Because he did not die actively engaged in his duty or passion. He died with his boots off. That's why that scene was shown. And that's a little nugget there. So, because he never thought he would die lying comfortably in a bed. He thought he would die in a gunfight wearing his cowboy boots. Yeah, there you go. So this is not.
I love little excursions. This is really what I was looking forward to. Is you get these crazy little excursions to bring a point back around. Well done, buddy.
Well, every now and then I do something right on this podcast. Here you go. Die with your boots on, Jason. love it. If you're gonna cry, just move along. We don't need you. If you're gonna be a baby about this battle, just move along. We don't need you.
Just fall down and die or move along. Yeah, it's the way it's gonna be.
So
one of my favorite metal lines is in this actually.
Which line is that?
It's what is it? Terror, death, destruction, all from the eastern sands. Yet the truth of all predictions is always in your hands. I really like that line.
That's a great line.
Sorry. Yeah, I think it's pretty cool.
A great line.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the song that I wrote the note here. Okay, 255 solo and the bass line exclamation mark. Okay, I think this is the song where Steve is really like, you can hear his bass so loud.
Oh, right from the beginning, like when this one started, I'm like, oh, he must have been talking about this song because the bass is just punching right in there. I'm like,
this is the song. Yeah,
Steve is being heard.
There's a reason why I take notes, and I just got ahead of myself. So the writers of this was Adrian Smith, Bruce, and Steve. They all collaborated on this one.
Just move along. If you're gonna die, you're gonna
It's funny because it's not even that complicated of a bass line, but he punched up that mix. He really punched it up on that doom doom doom. doom.
Yeah, and his ability to use his fingers, like he's not a slap guitar or slap bassist. That's right. But he's like he does that. He's master of the 4-finger gallop is what they say, right? But his ability to get that much percussion on those heavy bass strings is pretty impressive to get that sound too.
All right, so the next song, Jason, they flipped this. I believe this is side 2. I think we're on side 2 now. If you flip the album. Is that right? Let me double check. I want to make sure I'm right before the hate mails it's already pouring in, right? So I want to make sure.
By the tens.
By
the tens.
Wow.
At least by the ones. By the ones.
By the ones. Yeah. You know what I love the most about YouTube comments? They're always very kind and flattering.
Yeah, because people are always so nice to each other when they're online.
Side 1, I guess it's just the 4 songs. Side 2, you flip the LP over, and you ever heard of the song Trooper?
Yeah, once or twice, but it's
If you're gonna start a side, whether it's A or B, the Trooper is probably not a bad way to start the side. Hey, Bruce, you want to grab a flag while you're at it?
might that have been that galloping thing you were talking about?
This is the one where he grabs a big flag, the union, and he waves
the Union Jack, and he's. Have you seen the video for this song?
I've seen live videos of the song. Yes, a few of them. So I think there's one where he's a classic one where he's waving the flag around or whatever.
Right. But the actual video from the studio.
Oh no, I haven't seen the music video. No.
So it's all old footage from a movie called The Charge of the Light Brigade, right? So half a league onward, rode the 20,000 into the Valley of Death, all that stuff, and the whole idea of scooping up the flag before it gets to the ground. So it's all from the Crimean War. That's what the song's based around, right? So the same cannons that were taken by the British that were used to make the Victoria Cross, those are the ones that were taken in that battle, and then they were smelted down later on. So that's just kind of a little tidbit for that. Yeah, great song. And I think that may be that Gallop thing you were talking about. That you song. Yeah.
I love the deedly 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 deedly.
Yeah.
You'll take my life, but I'll take yours too. You fire musket, but I'll run you through. So when you're waiting for the next attack, you better stand, there's no turning back. The builder sounds, the charge begins. But on this battlefield, no one wins. The smell of iron smoke and horse's breath as they burn you into certain death.
I wonder what effect they use on the vocals there for that. You hear there's a bit of a vocal effect they're throwing in there, isn't there?
There is. It's almost like there's an echo on there. Hey, that's Clive Burr on the picture there.
Oh, this is just
yeah.
funny enough. I downloaded this album, like the songs from Iron Maiden's official website. All were available for Canada to download or to view as a Canadian, but the Trooper, I had to go to a different site to get the Trooper.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was blocked.
Just part of that great thing about being in Canada right now, I guess. Whatever. So.
I think this was the tariff. I think one of the tariffs was we don't get Maiden. So the Trooper, Jason, was inspired by Alfred Lord Tennyson's 1854 poem, The Charge of the Light Brigade. Oh, you mentioned there was a movie based on the poem?
Yes. Yeah, actually. Yeah.
Okay, there you go. It was about the disastrous British cavalry charge during the Crimean War.
I kind of alluded to that as well. It looked like it certainly was filming where at the end of you could not see the disclaimer that no horses were harmed in the filming of the movie. It was horrid just seeing like these poor animals just get trip lined and crashed, and it was pretty rough. So, and I mean, it was
Back
like this is early. This is like in the teens or the early 20s, like right around World War I era. So old film to begin with.
So it's real.
So
it's real film.
It was reenactment stuff, but it was just it was an early film that was done up. So I mean, there was not a lot of safety rules for critters back then.
Well, to be fair, there wasn't a lot of safety rules for humans either. The lyrics depict the chaos and bravery of a cavalry soldier facing certain death, capture the futility and heroism of war, emphasizes themes of duty, sacrifice, and the grim realities of battle. This is almost like the sequel to Die with Your Boots On. It's in the same framework of that.
Kind of similar, right? And in the end, and as I lay there gazing at the sky, my body's numb as my throat is dry, and as I lay forgotten and alone without a tear, I draw my parting groan. Like pretty powerful lyrics. One thing this band is really good at is kind of have that sort of introspection on different historical events. They're really good at relaying that, storytelling that. It's kind of their strength.
I bet you there's like a university course or some sort of course, the Iron Maiden history lessons course. Yeah. This is one of Iron Maiden's, of course, most covered songs. They play it frequently live. The single's artwork, Jason, features Eddie as a soldier in the Charge of the Light Brigade, becoming one of the band's most iconic images. All right. It was also a single. It's the second single from the album, rightfully so. It was number 12 on the UK singles chart. Okay.
Nice.
All right, Jay. The next song is Still Life. The writers were Dave Murray and Steve Harris. This was inspired by Ramsey Campbell's 1964 short story, The Inhabitant of the Lake. Did you know that?
I did not.
Okay. It's a horror tale, Jason, involving supernatural entities and psychological dread. The lyrics explore a dark, eerie narrative about a man haunted by visions and drawn to a mysterious lake, possibly symbolizing obsession or mental torment. And the phrase "peace of mind" is in the lyrics that we mentioned that before in this song. All right, there we go. Peace of mind.
Whoa, we shouldn't start it yet.
Oh, why?
I mean, there's the backward message at the beginning of the
hidden
song.
message.
We need to talk. We need to talk about that, don't we?
Well, I don't want to. I'm scared that we're going to invoke some spiritual darkness into our. So this has a hidden message. You can play it backwards. The message, though, is a humorous response to accusations of the band being satanic. And it features new band member drummer Nico mimicking.
It is, and he's using. It's supposed to be an accent that's mimicking Idi Amin or something like that.
That's right.
He says
exactly.
it. Yeah.
So it's mimicking John Bird's impression of Idi Amin from the satirical album. Is that weird?
How Nico is that? That's pretty funny.
Yeah. So Nico's imitating John Bird, who's doing an impression of Idi Amin from the satirical album, The Collected Broadcast of Idi Amin in 1975 by Bird and Alan Coren. Have you heard of this album, The Collected Broadcast of Idi?
I have not, but I know a little of the history, but I did not know about the album. That's funny.
Okay. So the message includes the phrase, "What ho said the ting with the three bonts? Don't meddle with things you don't understand," followed by a belch. Yeah, Nico explained the message was a deliberate jab at critics, particularly in the U.S., who labeled the band as devil worshippers. The band recorded McBrain's Idi Amin impression done with a few drinks to mock these accusations to give critics, quote, something to be really stupid about.
I think mission accomplished, honestly. I love this song because it's kind of an excursion from what they normally do. And I always pictured this as a guy who was, because I didn't know the background story, but I always pictured it as a guy who's like literally delusional and potentially suicidal beside a pool in a modern day setting, where it's the whole idea that, hey, you know, I'm not crazy. You got to come with me and see what I see, where the whole time he's batshit. So.
What would say the thing with 3 bones? Good mel with thing you won't understand.
And that's it. Backwards.
I wonder if the belch was backwards.
Be difficult.
That guitar sound is beautiful.
Yeah.
Now, before we get to the singing part of it, I think that's Dave Murray playing there because he is the writer of the song. So I bet you that's Dave playing the beginning part. I wonder.
You know who it reminds me is? It reminds me of some Scorpion stuff, like some early Rudy Schenker stuff when they had a real blues influence to them. That beautiful, almost that kind of what did you used to call those? Like the raise your banner kind of songs where guys would be on the rooftops. You know you know that kind of a solo, dirty and dark solo, kind of just beautiful, really beautiful guitar work.
Look in the pool and what do you see? In the dark depths their faces beckoning me. Can't you see them? It's plain for all to see. They were there. Oh, I know you don't believe me. Oh, I've never felt you strange, but I'm not going insane. I've no doubt that you think I'm off of my head. You don't say, but it's in your eyes instead.
So Bruce is really good at that melodic sounding vocal work, and then he goes as well. I love how he's able to do that too.
That whole punctuation and then adding the fry in there and stuff. Yeah, it works.
To see them clear, nightmares coming all the time. Nightmares will give me peace of mind.
I love that part. Great song. It could be my worst pick. I already spoiled it and said what my favorite pick is, but I'm still saying this is an amazing song. Is it my worst pick? Who knows?
For people who are new to this song, the upbeat ending, I think, is probably my favorite part of the song. It's just so upbeat and happy and really, really positive energy at the end, kind of.
I think. Are you being sarcastic? I can't tell.
Maybe.
And then we'll jump right into that pool. Can't you see? Not just me, they want you to. Oh, we'll drown together and we'll be forever. Nightmares, forever calling me. Nightmares, now we rest in peace.
Maybe they just meant to be, relaxing in peace. That kind of peace.
Yeah, because normal people invite people over their pool to drown them with themselves. Yeah. Oh,
I love it. The views of this podcast is we do not condone the drowning you and your friend with you.
We don't invite friends over to drown them. No.
No. Am I going to be drowned when I come visit you?
I do have a pond. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh, no. I do love how this song ends. Rest in peace. This was borrowed on purpose. I'm sure of it. Heavily borrowed. The same song. I know you're not a big Megadeth fan, but Megadeth's best album was Rust in Peace. They have a song called Polaris, and I might insert it with the post-edit.
I'm actually a big Megadeth
Oh,
fan.
I thought you didn't like them for some reason.
I love Megadeth.
Maybe it's just
No.
Metallica you don't like. I can't remember.
I like Metallica up until like Injustice. Then they just suck.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. I don't need that kind of talk in my house. Okay.
Yeah, Injustice, barf.
All right. I love old Metallica, but I understand why people jumped off, and I understand people why they jumped on. I have stayed on since '87. So the end of Polaris, Dave does Rest in Peace. He ends it exactly the same way. So I wonder if, because of course Bruce says Rest in Peace with the same wording, almost Rust and Rest. I wonder if that was a nod to the song.
Maybe.
Because obviously Dave was look. You can't be a Megadeth and Metallica. These guys, there's no way they're not listening to Iron Maiden.
No, I mean Megadeth and Metallica. They're kind of like they were inbred to begin with anyway, right? So I mean they're all interlinked.
Did you know Dave wrote all Metallica songs?
Yeah, well, he's good. He needs more credit.
That's a new meme that's going on right now. He did an interview recently where he keeps griping about the early stuff he wrote. And now every time you see a Metallica, like whatever, like I think they're playing at the Sphere, and I intend on going. That's going to be my I got to see them in the Sphere. I think that'd be a pretty cool experience. It'll be my 8th time seeing them live. Whatever the article, and people in the comments always write, well, that's all fine and dandy, but did you know that Dave wrote all the songs for the Sphere? Like, no matter what it is, somehow Dave has done everything for the band. Oh, I feel bad for Dave. I feel bad for that whole thing. Yeah, look, friends fall. The reality is friends fall out, and sometimes they're popular, or they're, you know what I mean by that? Like sometimes, it
100%.
is.
I mean, it happens in so many different bands, right? Really good bands out there.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Jason, have you ever seen the 1981 film Quest for Fire by Jean-Jacques Annaud, which depicts which depicts prehistoric humans' struggle to discover and control fire living amongst dinosaurs?
So I always got that one mixed up whenever I tried to remember it younger, because I saw a lot of movies from that era. But there was Quest for Fire, and then there was what was the other one where the gods must be crazy? And I used to get the two mixed up all the time.
I love the idea. Where fire? I don't know. We forgot to find fire.
Yeah. The old Far Cry comic. Ugh, look what Zog do while all are all burning their hands in the fire cooking meat.
I have not seen Quest for Fire, but I see here that they're like Neanderthal-looking men or humanoids, but they're Neanderthal. Like they're just like a couple genomes away from the Planet of the Apes, and a lot less leather and not as cool masks. Like there's no masks; it's just crap. Yeah. I do love how one of the actors is Ron Perlman. They're like, he's like, it's like, hey, Ron, you want to be in this movie where you have to look like you're a caveman? He would like bypass the makeup trailer. There's no scene.
Well, they saved $12 a day on the brow alone. So yeah,
I gotta see. I want to see
so
this
funny.
movie. So this song is about the movie Quest for Fire, which depicts prehistoric humans again struggling to discover and to control fire. I have a theory how fire was discovered. No joke. It depends where you are geographically. Like if you're around lava flow, that's easy, right? Anywhere that had lava flow.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Grog took stick, put stick in lava, light stick, take stick, lit.
Yeah,
because that's a fire source, right? Because
Joe Cry, Grog, Sad, all that stuff. Yeah.
Grog touch stick, heat hot. Grog understand that the heat transfer from lava to stick transferred.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Thunk over there in the corner's giggling away, thinking about how he's going to put it under the guy's foot next time, right? So that's where we get that from.
And some idiot put a slab of meat on the. Hey, wait a minute! I think I like this. Then somebody discovered
really good.
I think how fire was discovered was either lava flow, but I think it was lightning strikes too.
Mm-hmm.
Like lightning strikes. So a tree gets struck by lightning, goes on fire, and Grog and Grunk are like.
or maybe Grunk gets struck by lightning.
Because what are the chances Grog or Grunk just took two sticks together and started rubbing them? probably nature itself gave them fire. And
Yeah.
but that's the thing. Who was the first person to really like rub two sticks together? Like, hey, wait a minute, I got something here. It's
I don't know
odd.
what direction this is going, but yeah, yeah, like that's it's a weird.
This is not a
premise, isn't it?
euphemism. I am not. This is not a euphemism.
No, I get it. Just, you know, there have been times in the past where conversations go that way. So, yeah.
Grog and Krog rubbed their sticks together. Okay.
Ouch.
All right, let's get this song going. We're being ridiculous.
Yeah.
In a time when dinosaurs walked the earth, when the land was swung from cage by hole, in an age when prize possession was fire, to search for landscapes men would roam. Then the tribes, they came to steal the fire, and the wolves, they howled into the night, as they fought a vicious angry battle, to save the pound wolf and light. Drawn by quest for fire, they searched all through the land. Drawn by quest for fire, discovery of man.
I love how he's like calling, "Hey guys, want to join my quest for fire?" Okay, let's go.
Yeah. Hey, get out of your swamp. Come with us.
Remember back at the time with dinosaurs and humans coexisting? No, Bruce, that didn't happen. That's okay.
That's probably a nod to some of the literary figures he likes. Like that was really common around the turn of the last century,
okay.
right? H.P. Lovecraft, Robert E. Howard, they thought that dinosaurs and people existed together. I just think dinosaurs probably didn't exist, so whatever.
This is one of their less prominent in the band's live repertoire. They don't play this one live very often compared to other tracks, of course, like The Trooper. Fans also discuss the connection to the film, and they get a chuckle of the inaccuracies, but that adds to the charm and the heavy metal anthem of the time, which I like. But anything else you want to say about the Quest of Fire, though, before we move on to the next one?
It's got a campy charm.
Yeah, it does have a campy charm, and
Yep.
Bruce sings a little bit differently. It's a little bit. Again, so I'm not saying it's my worst pick. I'm just going to say he sings a little bit odd at the way he does.
There's some tongue-in-cheek kind of reference and analysis, and yeah, it's fun.
If they're having fun with it, then I'm having fun with it. Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. So the next song written by Adrian and Bruce. It's called Sun and Steel. It was inspired by the life of Japanese samurai Miyamoto Musashi, known for his swordsmanship and philosophical writings. And this also was taken from an essay. So we got movies, we got books, we got poems. This was an essay called Sun and Steel. Like I got ahead of these British lads, with all they had where did they get their information before? It's actually kind of impressive how they got their hands on this stuff back before the internet. Like where did they get the 1968 essay Sun and Steel?
It's probably not something that's just, hey, let's go to the Dewey Decimal System in our life. We'll look it up.
It's not good or bad, but it's fascinating just how, because they were in their 20s. They weren't old. They were in their early 20s, and they were
kids pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah. Like compared to us. Yeah. They were kids. And I just love the idea that they were like, hey, have you seen Yukio Mishima's 1968 essay, Sun and Steel, which explores the balance of physical strength and intellectual pursuit? No, I haven't, says Adrian. Let's read it together, says Bruce. And then let's write lyrics that depict the warrior's life, emphasizing discipline, honor, and the pursuit of perfection through combat. Yeah.
There was a really good movie about Musashi as well, right? And there was the Japanese so he wrote the Book of Five Rings, and it was considered to be like the Gone with the Wind of Japanese literature. It's actually 4 seasons or something. It talks about his whole life.
I've heard of that movie.
I read all the books. Actually, they had them in the Esquimalt library years ago, and I read the books. And beautiful story. So yeah, this song is it's an aggressive song. And if you didn't know it was about, a Japanese samurai, it could be about a medieval knight. It could be about, a Spartan. It could be about warriors throughout history, right? It's just an aggressive, fun song.
I think I heard of that movie. It was called Gong with the Wind.
That was really bad. I love that.
It's supposed to be that.
I should have worn my I tell dad jokes periodically shirt with the Tale of the Elements on it. That would have been
the fact that we're both fathers, we're allowed to tell dad jokes. We are literally grandfathered into dad jokes. Here we go.
100%.
Sun and Steel. I just love the idea. Hey, good job, kid. You killed your first man at 13. Animal instincts are intact. Good. You're good to go.
Just a punch in the face right from the start.
I love that.
By 60, you had learned to fight. The way of the warrior, you took it as your right. Sunlight falling on your steel. Death in life is your ideal. Life is like a wheel. Sunlight falling on your steel. Death in life is your ideal. Life is like a wheel.
Life is like a wheel. Robert Jordan agrees. Deep cut.
Right? It's always reminded me of that since that series came out.
Oh, really?
Yeah, 100%.
I'm reading it again, by the way, for I think it's my fourth read through. I'm doing it again right now.
It's going to be a lot faster than the first
Oh,
time.
how dare you! I'll still be doing my third read through when I have my sixth grandkid. I'm sure. But
So you're gonna pace them out at the same pace he wrote
would
them
you
again? or
leave
what?
me alone about my reading? Like, at least I read. Okay.
I'm
So
talking
my-
more about the author taking 8 years
Oh,
between
I
books
see.
and then dying, and thanks
I do
Robert
take-
Jordan.
Yeah, thanks, Robert. I know. Well, who's doing that now? What's the other good dude? Game of Thrones.
Oh, George
Is he-
R. R. Martin.
Is he even going to bother finishing the series? Is he literally just not going to bother? Are you happy with the way the show ended versus his vision of an author?
So I enjoyed the first book or two. I actually think the TV show toned him down a little bit.
He gets a little bit silly.
He's a bit of a deviant, this guy. He's a bit of a degenerate for sure. A little bit pervy, this one.
That's why I love Robert Jordan. Robert Jordan still loves women's breasts, but he's not, he's a little bit more gentlemanly about it.
There's that commonality between men that we do share, but he was tactful about it.
He was very tactful. And anyways, my wife bought me the series, this series version here. So I got the first 8 books ready to go for me.
Wow.
Anyways, I'm loving it. I love this. Boy, I love that series so much. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Sun and Steel reminds me of it reminds me of the fantasy books. That's why I'm talking about it. Even
100%.
Even though it's a Japanese inspiration of the samurai or that part of the world, but it just reminds me of the fantasy books. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Last song. Speaking of books again, and I've read this book, only the first book, but I did love it. I want to read the other ones because I just read it. Dune.
Yes.
Yeah. Have you read the Dune books?
Years and years and years ago. I got about a third of the way through it, and I was like, barf. So I was done with it after that. I was like, because I can do
It's
Tolkien,
different.
I can do Robert Jordan, I can do all the long-winded ones, but that one, I did enjoy the premise. And what's really interesting is I think they originally wanted to name this song Dune.
That's right.
And
Exactly
Frank
right.
Hebert, the author, said he'd just sue them into oblivion if they tried.
Which
That's literally
is
what they
amazing.
said. Which
Which is
in
amazing,
retrospect,
but
wow, what a
Dune-
stupid mistake, right? Or not the
Dune
best
is not
decision.
you can't trademark the word Dune, can you? Isn't that just a word?
I think it's like probably just copyright infringement because the song's pretty explicit when it talks about like the Muad'Dib and all the different stuff. It's pretty spot on. So he'd definitely
What's
have
the
a
rules
case.
of that? What's the rules of that? Honestly, if I sang a song about Michael Myers killing teenagers, is that copyright infringement? How does that work?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
I have no idea. But they did ask his permission, and that was his response.
Yeah. His response was
They were courteous enough to say, "Hey, sir, we really appreciate your work to the point where this pretty famous band now has written a song about it." And he's like, "Nah, I'll sue you into oblivion. So don't even bother."
his agents got back to the group saying Frank doesn't like rock bands, particularly heavy rock bands, and especially bands like Iron Maiden. Wow. I admit that kind of makes me not like Frank as much. Like, what is Stick in the
Right.
Mud? Like,
Right.
I granted he was much older back in 65. He wrote that book in 65. So by the 80s, who knows how old he was by then?
Right.
I get it. To them, it's like, oh, it's like Elvis on drugs times 1,000. Oh, I can't handle this. Clutch my pearls. So, but they still kept the word Dune in the, like it's, yeah, like you said, it's all there. They just called it To Tame a Land instead.
Yeah. Great hard riff in the intro. Too. I love it.
Yeah. So this song is a great outro. The last few songs on side 2 have been short. They've been good, and I don't think they're weak in the way. I get why some of the reviewers called the second side weak. I get it. I get the criticism, but I like the songs. This is a 7.5 minute song written by Steve Harris himself. We'll just get a little bit of the intro. Then I want to play a little bit of the outro because the outro is I think it's the highlight of the song, but we can't play the whole thing. And it does have that soundtrack feel. You can almost see the desert rolling, you know, like you can see the characters walking through the desert, doing the worm walk through the desert.
So good at painting the picture, like beautifully done. They're such a good band for that. And nice short intros too.
He's the king of all the land in the kingdom of the sands of the time. Tomorrow, he moves the silence and the fragrant in the land amongst the stars of an age. Tomorrow, he is distinct to be a king. He rules over everything in the land. Havana June, body water is your life, and without it you will die in the desert of Havana June.
I love that guitar part. It just seemed like space agey, otherworldly sci-fi. They're able to capture that feeling.
Their ability to be a heavy metal band and be melodic and paint the story and build the theme, like The Trooper, like we talked about earlier, like the Revelations, right? And when you get into their later stuff, they had some really good ones as well. So I don't want to spoil any of those for future stuff, but
Yeah, of course.
But yeah, I just love how melodic and how the music really carries the storyline and helps it. It aids it. It's so good. They're really good
Now,
at that.
here's a sample of the outro. The outro is almost like 3 minutes long, but I love how the album and the song ends with musical outro. I love Bruce is like, "Okay, guys, you got this. I'm going to go and start changing early and go home early. I'm going to beat the traffic."
You're right.
I mean, it's just the whole way
It's-
through. Yeah.
Yeah, just crazy good guitar.
All right, Jason, we've come to the terrible part of the show.
Yeah, I've been thinking about this the whole time. So we have to choose which is the least good of
Yeah.
the albums or songs on this album. Okay.
Well, don't be afraid to say it. This is the worst of the best podcast. Yeah, you are picking what you feel is the worst song on the album, but the worst Iron Maiden song on this album is still 100 times better than the average schlock that's released today. Listen, I just want to make that clear. Unless anyone
100%.
sends the lynch mob after us, this is just a thought experiment. Our decision does not change your personal enjoyment. You can continue
No.
to enjoy things as you see them. I want you to play at home, though. I like it when people play at home. Think to yourself, what would you pick is the least or the worst song on the album? Before you give your answer, I want to give mine. because
Okay,
I want the
sure.
guest to go last. I'd like the guest to go last because defer to the guest. Or do you want to go first?
Oh, you can go first, but this is actually my favorite part of the whole podcast. I
Okay,
love this
good.
part. Yeah, so
I hope we don't have the same one, but I think we do. Don't say yes or no. Don't say,
I won't say anything. I won't say anything.
I think we have the same pick, and if we do, I'll tell you why I think that happened. But if not, that's fine. I want to hear the reasons why you made your pick. So when I started listening to I started listening to the album front to back. When you told me, "Hey Ryan, I want to do this album," I said, "Great! I'm looking forward to listening to an album I've never heard before." The only song I knew from this album before I listened to it was "The Trooper," and I think
Where Eagles Dare.
Where Eagles Dare. I think I saw that on some live videos because I go on YouTube and watch live shows for fun. But I definitely knew "The Trooper," so I'm listening to this album. And right away, the song, when I first heard it, I was like, okay, interesting. And then listen again. And then I kind of went back and forth with another song. So there was a song on side 1 and 2 that kind of battled itself out. The reason why I'm going to pick my worst pick is, first I'll tell you the one that the one that was battling with it, like why? Because I'm trying to find fault. The idea here is like, okay, I have to pick a worst. Now why? Like, what is my reasoning? And my reasoning for maybe the one on side 2, which was from some critics, the weaker side, which I understand, but I don't think, even ironically, my pick is from the first side. Spoiler. I just love the song "Quest for Fire." It just it made me chuckle. Like, it actually kind of made me chuckle. And I thought, I don't know about the song, but then I actually ended up liking almost the silliness of it, the fantasy part of it. I just love the idea of these grok and grunks going out looking for
goofy. Know nothing's out, trying to figure things out.
I just like the idea that they're going for fire. Now, my worst pick is "Die with Your Boots On," and the only reason being is it's funny. The lead up to the chorus is great. Everything after the chorus is great, but you kind of hinted at it when you talked about the drunken barmates or bandmates singing "If You're Gonna Die, If You're Gonna Die."
That real nasally kind of, it doesn't match the rest of it, does it?
Yeah, it doesn't match. And I'm like, AC/DC, did you stumble into the studio during the recording? This is like a TNT. Oi. Yeah. And so I admit, I was like,
what are all those chords in there? Yeah.
So I admit, I was kind of like, it was the least Iron Maiden sounding chorus I've ever heard in all my listening. And I don't know if I wanted more of it. It was an experiment. It was their way of getting some of the bandmates singing in the background. It didn't sound like Bruce. So I'm like, hey guys, Smith and Harris, you want to sing some background vocals for fun? If you're gonna die.
A little bit tight, weren't they? Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's it. That's why I never would skip it. I see why it'd be fun in the shows. You kind of said it sounds better live. There you go. My worst pick on the album. It's just because the chorus is weird. It doesn't sound very Iron Maiden, even though it's a fun song. "Die with Your Boots On."
It definitely it's a live song for sure. Like, it sounds so much better live. So interesting. So that actually surprisingly is not my pick.
Oh, okay. Yeah. When you were talking, I'm like, shoot, is he? Because you were kind of poking fun at it, lovingly so, but you're poking fun at the very thing because you were bringing up the very things were my reasons. Like, oh crap, is he already bearing the lead a little bit? So funny that even though you made light of it. Okay, that's funny.
No. And it's funny because it's either way, that's not my call on this one. So mine actually is "Quest for Fire," and the reason I'm saying that is because we have permission for this one, right?
Oh, really? For
usually,
the band?
Because they don't take themselves seriously with it too, right? So I mean, and it's fun, and we can do it that way, so we can get away with it, right?
What about Grog and Grunk?
I still like the song. My runner-up actually, in some ways, was at times, not now. I appreciate it more, but "To Tame a Land" was my runner-up.
Oh, really?
When coming into this,
Wow, really? That's a hot take.
And more because of the context than the music, because the music, it's like a lot of those longer songs that Maiden does. They have those like Mariner and all those longer songs are kind of melodic masterpieces, right? And this one kind of falls into that category as well. But as far as the context was, but it's not. So I'm going to go with "Quest for Fire" just because if they hadn't involved, like included it in the album, it still would have been a great album. And in fact, I think the album might have been just for metal fans that are very serious about all their music. It may have actually strengthened it somewhat. Although I think it's underrated as far as fans go.
Awesome.
As an album. Yeah.
All right. Well, this has been an absolute joy. One, because you're one of my closest friends, best friends ever, and
Right.
it's an honor to be called a friend. I miss you and your family terribly. It sucks we don't live together in the same area anymore, but this has been an absolute joy and pleasure. We knew we'd both be blabbermouths. That was not a problem.
So yeah, I appreciate everybody listening when it goes long and we just end up yapping. But same from here as well. Like, I mean, it's great to have good friends, and you know, you guys are our best friends, and that's love it. We miss you guys too. This has been so much fun. Looking forward to maybe doing it again in the future.
Of course. All right. Jason, do you have anything you plug? Or I know you're a bit of a Luddite. You got anything out there?
Man,
People can come buy something from your farm or anything?
No, I got to produce enough of it first. No, nothing really to plug.
Oh, but you know what? That's the best way to be. Just be you. Just plug good vibes out there for Jason. His family and his farm.
Go out and enjoy the podcast.
All right. Thank you so much. And remember, in front of every silver lining, there's a cloud. And today for Ryan, it was Die With Your Boots On. And for Jason, it was Quest for Fire.